Hey everyone, I'm Melissa. This
Michael.
is Michael. We're going to talk about the Reston lifestyle today. So are you looking for a community that feels like being on vacation every day, Michael?
Yes, I am.
Oh, okay. So Reston is the place for you. In 2018, a Money magazine declared Reston as the best place to live in Virginia. So it is located 22 miles northwest of Washington, D.C. Main artery to get there is either Fairfax County Parkway or the Dulles Toll Road, 267 if you're looking at it on a map. And Reston is a very planned community. We talked about it in another video, kind of how the Reston Association works, how they oversee everything. Now what we want to talk about is kind of the lifestyle, the fun stuff, what's there to do for families and kids and all of that good stuff. So let's start out with food. Michael, that is your forte. Tell us what's going on with food in Reston.
Yeah, so Reston really has the typical grocery store options if you love to cook at home. The usual suspects: Safeway, Giant, Wegmans, Trader Joe's, Whole Foods. There's just a plethora of options, from there. And they're actually, what's nice is they're in the individual village clusters, and also in Reston Town Center. That Whole Foods is one of the ones that I stop at very regularly, especially when I'm working down the 267 Dulles Toll Road corridor.
Okay.
Just because it is kind of that midway point. There is the food scene. I think Reston is just such a great place to go eat. There is a duality to Reston's food scene because they have worked hard to maintain the small business aspect and identity, but at the same time encouraging big name restaurants and businesses to set up on the shops, like on the borders of the original Reston neighborhood. And this has really helped the Reston community to thrive. And the Lake Ann Village Center is the go-to spot to hang out with and take in the beautiful scenery. Eat a ridiculously good Nordic knot, soft pretzel, or drink a beer on the patio at Lake Ann Brewhouse. That is one of my favorite things to do. Lake Ann Brewhouse has a great beer selection, and the patio has a bar that faces out on the lake. I love sitting out there and drinking a beer. It's just amazing. Their patio is decently sized, so it's not too difficult to get seated on the weekends.
I have not been there.
Yeah, we'll have to go. It's so fun. And I mean, if you love to people watch, you 100% want to go there. The Lake Ann Coffee House and Wine Bar, I was actually just there 2 days ago and got a lemon ricotta muffin. It was so good. And a nice coffee. It was such a friendly charm.
It's like a tour through all the pastries and beer in Reston.
You can see where my life priorities are. It really does have such a warm atmosphere. I love it. I was in there, had a great quick conversation with the owner and another one of the staff that worked there. It was just really great. And the wine is excellent, and the brunch menu is to die for. You can see it online. Really, really good. I encourage you to go there for brunch, and you can sit out on the patio, which is really nice. They also serve dinner there, and on a warm day, big wonton dim sum is also so delicious, so good. It's a charming little family-owned restaurant.
Cool. And speaking of family-owned, have you been to Red's Table?
Yeah.
You have? Okay. So this seems really cool. So in South Lakes, there's Red's Table, which is owned by three brothers who grew up in Reston. And they've got live music on several evenings during the month. Usually it was like Thursdays, Fridays, Saturdays that they have it. It's not just for adults, though, as the Tracy brothers grew up here and they made this place pretty family friendly as well. There is a kids menu and a kids brunch menu.
I love that so much.
There's a kids brunch menu. Usually at brunch, right, like the kids have to fend for themselves. They're like, I'll take the eggs, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, or the pancakes. And then Reston Town Center. Tell us about your favorite Italian restaurant there, Michael.
Yeah, it's a chain, but I love it. Funny aside.
What's it called?
It's North Italia.
Okay.
And that's where Ian and I had our first date.
Oh, how exciting. Wait. Of course you did.
The food is consistently delicious. We go there all the time. We actually went there a year later to actually celebrate our 1-year anniversary. It was so fun. And we went, and it was really good. And I love it. It's just consistently delicious. Capital Burger is also there.
Wait. Hey, Jim, where'd we go to celebrate our 1-year anniversary?
What'd you say?
Exactly.
Capital Burger is there, and you can get awesome tapas at Barcelona. The ramen at Jinya Ramen Bar is absolutely amazing. Or you can gorge yourself at Fogo de Chao and get the meat sweats.
Ooh. flip the coin, I need more meat or whatever the card.
Yeah.
All right.
Reston really has attracted top-notch small and large chain restaurants. Many of the chain restaurants that exist in DC are there in Reston Town Center, and also more local and family-owned restaurants as well. No matter what you're craving, you can pretty much get anything you want in Reston, which I love. I think that's so cool about it. And it really has helped to attract so many people from DC and Arlington and Alexandria.
That's awesome. All right, let's talk about fun. We're gonna bulk it all together. Usually I separate out like the fun for kids and the fun for adults, but it's because it is so family friendly here, we're gonna just kind of put it all in one. So we weren't joking when we said that living in Reston really felt like being on vacation. It's got 4 man-made lakes, and there are some homes that come with boat slips. If you don't have your own boat slip or your own boat, there are boat rentals at Lake Anne. Reston Town Center is one of the hubs for fun. A lot happens here. They host over 100 events each year. From May to October, on the second Saturday of the month, there's a sip and stroll. Adults can drink an adult beverage while the kids entertain themselves in a game zone. There's music and food, of course. There's concerts on the town, which run weekly from May to August.
Yeah.
There's Family Fun Series, which runs through the summer months. They've got magicians, music, other kinds of entertainment for the kids. There's film festivals, which start up in the fall. There's holiday tree lighting, parades, Valentine's Day carriage rides. There's a lot to do in the rest of Reston too. It's not just Town Center. What was formerly the Reston Zoo and then became Rowers Zoofari, which I actually have a video on because we went there, is now Nova Wild. The history with the zoo hasn't been so great. So when it was the Reston Zoo, there was an issue, some animals died. Then it was changed into another Rowers, and then I don't know, something happened at Rowers where I think they had the fire, the giraffes died, it wasn't good. It just, it's stuff that might not have been their fault. I mean, I'm an animal lover, but I get it, like sometimes things happen and it's just, things happen, right? So anyway, and now it's Nova Wild. It's owned by a fellow realtor.
Yeah.
So, she's taken that over. And I did the video visit in the summer of 2022, but there's definitely some new and changing exhibits there. There's a water park in Reston at Lake Fairfax Park. It's called the Water Mine Family Swimmin' Hole. It's got tons of slides. There's flumes. There's splash areas. It is in a public park. You do need tickets to go into that part of it with the swimming hole and all that. If you plan on going more than a couple times over the summer, you should actually just go ahead and consider getting the season pass. You can check all that out on the Fairfax County Park Authority website. If you want to ice skate, let's talk about winter stuff. You can do that year-round at Skate Quest. And in the winter, you can skate in Reston Town Center. They just actually closed that up in the spring. I was wondering if the rink was still open when you were there the other day, but you said no, done.
Yeah, and funny story, in middle school and high school, that was the place to go to ice skate. Because, your parents, if we lived in Northern Virginia, oftentimes our parents didn't want to drive us into DC. So it was one of the places we go for outdoor. And I may have had a date or two in middle school or high school with that.
A date in middle school? Oh my God. I was so sheltered.
Yeah.
All right. And then the green in the town middle is the ice rink in the winter months, and then it turns into the green in the summer months. If the pools in Reston, and there's 15 of them, don't suit your needs, there is Hidden Creek Country Club. They have a $75,000 initiation fee, which is pretty steep there. But there was rumors they were going to be sold a couple years ago and turned into a subdivision. So take that with a grain of salt. Maybe you don't want to give them $75,000 if they're going to close next week. So you might want to just check into that, but that is there. Yeah. There's also tons of trails in Reston. The Washington and Old Dominion Trail, which is like one of the most famous around here because it goes from Arlington all the way out to Purcellville, 45 miles, comes right through Reston.
Yeah.
There's often fitness events hosted throughout the year at the Reston Town Center. And then check out the North Shore Drive underpass. I feel like this is another place where you probably had dates in middle school.
Yeah.
I'm at the underpass.
Yeah, possibly. It's been like 25 years, so who knows?
So pedestrian path that goes under North Shore Drive. It connects your favorite place, Lake Anne Village Center, with Hickory Cluster Neighborhood. And there's multiple sculptures and other artwork and everything throughout, plus places to kind of just sit and chill if you want.
Yeah, because there's an amazing arts community.
Yeah.
In Reston, and there's an art gallery right in Lake Anne Village Center.
Yep. All right, so if you want to hold your own event or get married here, the Reston Association offers you the Lake House, which is a great view of Lake Newport.
Yeah. Yep.
And then finally, you don't want to miss the Walker Nature Center. So that's like the centerpiece of Reston's 1,300 acres of open space. This is both fun and educational for the kids to learn things about the environment, and it kind of lends itself well to school field trips and everything. Speaking of schools, yay, Reston! All right, so this is like Springfield, where this is a little bit different in Reston than it is in most other areas that we see in the DC area and the suburbs, right? So there's 10 elementary schools, and they all go through 6th grade instead of 5th grade. There's one middle school called Hughes, and that actually serves grades 7 through 8. So you're probably wondering, how do 10 elementary schools feed to one middle school? Well, all right, so how big are these schools? Well, the elementary schools all seem to have about 500 kids in them. So if you kind of split that out and then you look at the middle school, the enrollment is just short of 1,000. So the South Lakes High School has 2,500 enrolled. So that kind of makes sense that, you know, each of the 10 elementary schools might have 100 6th graders that then move on, or, you know, 50 6th graders that then move on and go in, and they've got, you know, a class of 500 or whatever it might be. So South Lakes High School serves most of Reston. The academic programs there include honors, international baccalaureate. There are also opportunities for dual enrollment with colleges and college classes in the area. They've got 20 sports and over 70 clubs, including national honor societies.
Yeah.
If scores are your thing, you are going to want to look very closely, get out your little magnifying glass, at the schools. The elementary schools range from the lower end to the higher end on grade schools. Middle schools, middle and high school are both currently 4s. And I say this about grade school scores all the time, but you have to take them with a grain of salt. If you have a high population of students in the school that maybe English isn't their first language, these tests are all slated towards them. And so, you know, if teachers know how to teach to the test, that's when you see that everything, you know, all these scores get like 9s and 10s. My kids are currently going through testing now, and they've been reviewing for several weeks on how to get them through these tests. But then they're very deliberate to say they don't matter, don't have your kids stress out and all of that. So everything's political, so you kind of have to just understand that that's how that goes. What about dogs? It's pretty family friendly here. How about the dogs?
Yeah, this place isn't unfriendly to dogs.
Yay!
Yeah,
we like dogs.
Yeah, this is more than a community with one dog park that coins itself as dog friendly.
Yeah.
Yeah, in addition to the one off-leash dog park at Barron Cameron Park, there are a ton of events centered around animals. One of the things I love the most is the Dog Days of Summer.
I know, it's so funny.
It's a great name.
Like, Reston seems like they're so strict about certain things, and then this is crazy. So
there's such an energy to it and a vibe. It's so cool. So this is at the Reston Town Center, where the pavilion turns into a dog park. There are also several pet-related events that happen in the Reston Town Center during the year, which are so charming. For a list of events, you can go right on the Reston Town Center. Their events page is amazing. I mean, it goes out a year in advance.
Page down.
Yeah.
God, it's crazy.
It's so cool. And at the end of the pool season, 4 to 5 of the Reston pools offer a doggy swim day before they actually close the pools.
Oh, that's so cute.
Yeah, it's so cool. And, you know, for services, there are a ton of local pet supply stores, groomers, walkers, and even the 5-star rated dog obedience trainer is here.
Ooh, exciting.
Yeah. And so finally, when your pet needs the doc, Reston Animal Hospital, VCA Herndon Reston, and the Herndon Animal Medical Center are all super close.
That's very exciting.
Yeah, so it's such a cool dog place.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, when you drive around Reston, especially down North Shore, I mean, you can just see dog after dog after dog. Yeah. It's just so cool.
Yeah, very cool. All right. Well, that is lifestyle and living in Reston. So hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, we are going to put our contact info up next.